again. So, as I said in an earlier video, I'm going to be talking about books and stuff. Same night as it was when my earlier video was uploaded. And as you can see, I had to go outside and it is raining. My hair. Poof. So anyway, the book that I'm going to be talking about is The Astonishing Adventures of Fanboy and Goth Girl by Barry Lyga. I just finished this one early this morning. I got pretty hooked into reading once I got to a certain point, so I didn't go to bed on time. I think more or less this is going to be like a review slash commentary slash reaction. Basically, this book is about a 15-year-old boy who is a sophomore. He's super smart, really skinny, lanky, kind of that awkward phase that, you know, some of us go through in high school. Except his is exaggerated because he's being bullied, and his mom and his dad were divorced, and his mom married again, and he kind of like hates his mom and his stepdad, who he calls the step-fascist, which I think is pretty funny. So, and his dad, he's kind of just like drifted away from his dad. He doesn't have very many friends. He lives with his mom. He's been living with her for 6 years or so, I believe it says in the book. And he's just not, you know, connecting with anybody. The most he's done is connect with someone who is part of the jock crowd, and this kid kind of, he's his friend, but he pretends that he's not into everything that he's into, like the comics and stuff, whenever he's around the other jock people. Which I have dealt with this situation before, and I was not pleased. So anyway, it kind of starts off, you know, him talking about that, and I think it's really interesting too, because I actually found Barry Lyga on Facebook after I finished reading, and it turns out that a lot of the stuff in this book is autobiographical. So he's the one who had to deal with a lot of this kind of bullying. I thought it was interesting too how he dealt with the bullying. He just kind of like ignored it, and it didn't stop at all. Never stood up for himself. He never said anything. He just like stood there and took it, which bothered me to no end. But it was interesting because like in his mind the whole time he like drifted away and was basically killing people in his imagination, but never doing anything. And also he was like killing people in his imagination, and he was all like, oh, but you know, they're not worth going to prison over or dying for, so I'm not gonna actually do that. I just wish it would happen. I think it's interesting too that Barry Lyga doesn't like shy away from like the violent imagination of that, because I guess, you know, probably a lot of us don't want to admit that we've had those kind of imaginations before. I realize now there is a lot of bullying issues going on, being brought to attention now, and I mean, I think that's good that people are bringing attention to bullying and things now. Finally, even I had to deal with bullying when I was in high school. I was always the new kid. So eventually, the girl he meets, her name is Goth Girl. I myself just grew like a thick skin and was angry all the time, you know. Anyway, it's a really good book, especially for like young adult literature. I think if you're interested in reading about smart people who are also interested in comics and writing graphic novels, like this kid is, I think you'll really like it, and like an insight into different people and how people deal, I guess, with bullying and things like that. Yeah, so anyway, it was a really, really good book. Like I said, I got hooked probably about halfway through, seriously hooked. And it really made me think about the past a lot, in that this is a good book to bring awareness to things like that, on top of just being interesting. And it's a really funny main character and all that. Anyway, that's about it, I think, that I have to say about this book. I am about to read I think it's the sequel to this, I'm pretty sure, since it says Goth Girl, but I'm about to read Goth Girl Rising. This is also by Barry Lyga, because at the end he sort of leaves off you not knowing what the heck happened to Goth Girl, and I'm pretty interested to see what happens. She's a really prickly character. I'm not sure if I like her, but I am interested to see what happened. So, yeah.